Hey there, kiddos. This is Bryant from your education department. For the next 6 weeks, we'll be making videos for you guys to watch to help you with your guys' academics. These videos will be ranging from mathematics, language arts, science, and history, and other topics too. So these are just, again, a place to go and see if you, as a reference, if you need help with some things. We're gonna break it down so that it's at your level. All right. So the first topic that we're gonna be discussing or making a video on is the PEMDAS system. All right. PEMDAS is a way that we have to follow things in the math world. It's the structure that we have to follow. So on this slide here, you see it's under the understanding order of operation. To understand order of operation, we must identify the participants. After identifying these, we then need to figure out which must be given attention to first when solving equations. So what that's basically saying is that there is an order that we have to follow. We can't just start adding and timesing what we feel like should go. There is an order that has to be put in place so that we get the right answers. All right, so moving on to the next slide is what are we working with? Okay, so the things that you'll be seeing when you're working in the math world are going to be there's going to be quite a few different symbols, but don't get intimidated with those symbols. Okay, you are obviously going to be seeing the plus sign, the takeaway, the division, the times, but also with PEMDAS you will be seeing what's called parentheses, exponents, things like that. All right, so again, don't get intimidated. There's nothing to be scared of. It's just once we get it embedded in our head, what structure we need to follow, everything else falls into place smoothly. So on our next slide, right here, you're going to be seeing this first example with using PEMDAS. So on your left, on the left side of the screen, you're going to be seeing parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, and addition and subtraction. And you also see them that they're broken down into different color. One way for me when I was growing up, going and doing math, is I thought of these as levels. Okay, so here in the blue, you're gonna see that parentheses are first. So that's the highest level. Okay, and then it goes, but below that is kind of like a yellowish mustard yellow that it has exponents. So that's the second level that we would be working on. And then below that is, you see in like light red, is multiplication and division. And below that one, the last level is addition and subtraction. So when you think of these as levels, you're thinking of them as what do you need to do first. So let's go up to the top portion where it says parentheses. If you see anything inside parentheses, you automatically know that stuff inside the parentheses box has to be done first. So whenever you do see parentheses, you guys work on that stuff inside there first before anything else. Okay? And once you get your answer in there, then we move on to the next step, which would be exponents. If you don't see exponents in your problem, then you're going to skip that step. But if you do see exponents in your problem, then you would be doing those right after parentheses. Then after you have done the things inside the parentheses, you would then be going in exponents. You will be then going into multiplication and division. So these things here are in the same level, but one is not more important than the other. They're both as equal. The catch, though, the thing that you have to keep an eye on, is which one comes first. So if you see multiplication comes first, then you'll do multiplication in the problem first. If you see division come first, then you'll do division come first. Just the way that it's written here doesn't mean that multiplication is higher than division. That's not the case at all. They're both an equal partners. It's just that you have to see what comes first in your math problem. Okay, and then lastly, you would be working on is the addition and subtraction. They're like the low on the totem pole. They're the bottom. So once you do these steps, you get down to this one. If you have any adding and subtracting in your problem, you do that last. And if you follow these steps in that order, you'll always get your answers right. I promise you. Okay? You just have to keep an eye out on what is being asked from you. Okay? And how they're asking it and which order. Okay? So let's look at this example over here on the right. On this right side, you see a problem that says 2 plus 5 times 3. Now, looking at that, some people think, oh, I'm going to do 2 plus 5 first because that's the first thing that is popping up. But is that really the right thing that we should be doing? So I'm going to give you a few seconds to look back over here on this side. And again, follow the order. Do you see parentheses in your problem? Do you see exponents? If you don't see those, then let's go to the next thing. Do you see multiplication and division in your problem? And do you see addition and subtraction? So let's give you about 5 seconds. You can look at it, and then I'm going to continue on. All right. So if you caught on, you might have seen that you have multiplication and addition in your problem. And if you follow this order over here, that shows us that you're going to need to do multiplication first. So if I click on this right here, it shows us that 5 times 3 is the first thing that we have to do in this problem before we can do anything else in the problem. Okay, so we got the 5 times 3. And if you guys do what 5 times 3 is 15. And then you also then see here that you have 2 plus 5. Okay? So you're going to do the 5 times 3 first, and then whatever answer you get there, then you're going to add that to that plus 2. So let's see. Here's going to be right here. You see now that you have 15 here. And the reason you got that 15 is because we followed the order of operation, the PEMDAS system. And the PEMDAS system told us I have to do times first before I can do adding. And that's why you did 5 times 3. So now that we have 15 plus 2, or 2 plus 15, we go back to the order of operation. Do you see any parentheses or exponents? Nope, nope. Do you see any multiplication or division left? Nope. So now you go to the bottom one. Now I have to do add and subtracting. And in this section, again, you're going to do whatever comes first. You don't ever do, addition is not more important than subtraction. It's just that's how it's written here. So now when we're looking at our problem, we look over here and it says 2 plus 15. So now all you're going to do is just do the problem. What's 2 plus 15? And 2 plus 15 equals 17. All right. So again, this is it might take a little bit to get used to it, but don't stress yourself out. All right, that's the one thing you don't want to do is give yourself some stress on something that you don't need to stress out on. No one is perfect. No one can get this right from the beginning. All right. So now we're going to go on to the next example. All right, here we got a little bit more meaty stuff onto this one. We see that we have a couple parentheses, okay, and then we have also a couple parentheses with some exponents. I see a division or addition in there and subtraction. All right, so looking at our PEMDAS system over here on the left is telling us, okay, we have to do what's inside parentheses first. Okay, so then what we're going to look at is, all right, I have 2 parentheses problems. And the rule of thumb is you always work left to right in your math problem. Always start from the left side and work your way towards the right side. Okay, so now looking at that is I have 2 to the power of 2. That's what this part right here is telling us. It's telling us that, hey, how many times is 2 times itself twice going to give us? So then you click on that, okay? And then you also see that we have over here parentheses 2 plus 4. All right, so let's do that first part first, okay? So we're going to do 2 to the power of 2, which that really means it's 4. All right, then we have the takeaway sign, and then we got 6. And the reason we got 6 is because we did what PEMDAS told us to do. 2 plus 4. 2 plus 4 is 6. So now we did everything inside the parentheses, okay? And on the right side. Now we're going to go to the left side, and that's going to tell us to do that operation, which is 2 to the power of 2, which is 4. And now you have your problems. You did everything inside the parentheses, okay? Both things you did in parentheses. Now you got the answers from those parentheses. And now we're going to look at the symbol. What other symbol do we have left? We have the takeaway sign. So now you go, all right, I have a takeaway that I have to finish. Then you go, what's 4 take away 6? Well, if you do 4 take away 6, that's going to give you an answer of -2. All right? So again, don't stress yourself out. Just pay attention to what they are showing you. That's the most important key thing. And follow those orders, all right? Okay, on to the next one. Okay, so here in this math problem, we have parentheses, open parentheses, 1 plus 2, close parentheses, to the power of 2. Take away 3 times 4. Okay, so the thing we're going to do is go back to the looking on the left and tell ourselves, what is the order of operation? What do I have to do first in this math problem to get the answer? Well, if you notice that what you're going to do is you're going to do what's inside parentheses. That is the first order it tells us to do. Okay, so we're going to do that part, and then we're going to then get going on to the next part. All right, so when we do that, it's 1 plus 2. That's what's inside parentheses. Well, what's 1 plus 2? That's 3. Okay, so now you notice here we have 3 to the power of 2, take away 3 times 4. Okay, so we did what we were told to do the stuff in the parentheses. Now our next step is, do we have any other parentheses in our problem? We don't. So let's go to the step 2, the level 2 tier, and that's telling us you must do the exponents, okay, and in that problem. All right, so we're going to do the exponent, and that exponents is telling us what is the answer for 3 to the power of 2. And you see here that when we did that, we got 9, because 3 times 3 is 9. So now we got the 9 take away 3 times 4. So our next question the next question we have to ask ourselves is, what is PEMDAS telling us to do now? Okay, a lot of you might think, oh, we got to do 9 take away 3 because that's what's showing us right now at the beginning. But that's not the case, because PEMDAS tells us that you have to do what is tier 3, step 3, multiplication or division. Again, whatever comes first in that problem. So obviously we don't see no division here, so we do see multiplication. So we have to do that multiplication part before we can actually do the takeaway part. So let's do what they're asking us. What is it telling us? What's 3 times 4? Okay, so now if we do 3 times 4, that's going to give us 12. You see that here. And all you're doing then is you're bringing down the sign that what I tell students, you're bringing down the sign that you didn't use. You didn't use the takeaway sign. So you bring that down, and you bring down the numbers the new number you got, the new answer, and also the numbers that you haven't used, which is 9 and 12. So we're now going to go down, and we got, what's 9 take away 12? Okay, So now if we do 9 take away 12, we are going to get the answer of -3. Okay. Again, there's nothing too crazy. For some of you, you might think that's a lot of crazy stuff that's on there. It is going to look like that for the first couple times, and that's okay. All right. But if we follow the directions of PEMDAS, we will always get the answer right. All right. So we're going to go on to the next slide. Okay, so on this slide here, you have the problem set that says 4 plus, open parentheses, 1 plus 2, close parentheses, to the power of 2, divided by 3. There's a lot going on in there, okay? But, again, we're just going to follow the PEMDAS system. So let's just follow that, okay? So right here, you're going to see this. We got the 1 plus 2. We have the exponents. We have a division problem and a division. And we got an addition, all right? So now the first thing we're going to do, if you guys have been looking at the levels, is parentheses. Let's do everything inside parentheses first. So we're going to do that. We're going to do 1 plus 2. So what is the answer for 1 plus 2? That is 3. So if you notice here in the yellow now, your new problem, you should write out your new problem to look like 4 plus, open parentheses, 3, close parentheses, to the power of 2, divided by 3. So that 1 plus 2 made that 3 right here. All right, so we got our new set here to use. Again, looking at PEMDAS, we go, okay, what is next? Okay, so I did the stuff in parentheses. We got the 3, but now I have to see if there's exponents in my problem, which there is. We have the 3 to the power of 2. And that's all that exponent is telling us is that how many 3's are you going to times together, which you're going to times 2 of them because there's the little 2 there. So we're going to do that part. We're going to go, okay, so 3 to the power of 2 is 9. So now you have your new number here. So it's not 3 to the power of 2 anymore. You see here it's 9 that has replaced it because that was your answer. So now we rewrite the problem again, and we go 4 plus 3 divided by 9. So now that we're at this stage, we ask ourselves, okay, what is, going back and following PEMDAS system, we're going to go, all right, do we have any parentheses? Nope, we did that. What about exponents? Nope, we did that. So now you're left with multiplication or division, whatever comes first. Okay, so in our problem, we notice that we have division. There's no times in there. All right, so we're actually going to do, instead of wanting to do 4 plus 9, we're not going to do that. We're actually going to do 9 divided by 3 first. Okay, so if we do 9 divided by 3 first, we're going to get an answer of 3. So now you see here, we have, once we rewrite everything, we see here that we have 4 plus 3. Okay. Now we're at we ask ourselves, all right, what is PEMDAS going to tell us to do? Well, PEMDAS is going to tell us to do the last step, tier level 4. And that level, you got to do addition or subtraction, whatever, again, comes first. So that we got addition there, so we're going to go 4 plus 3, and you should get the answer of 7. Okay? On this problem, like again, you're just going to, there is that parentheses with the exponent, so you would do the parentheses stuff in the side there. Whatever you get there, you do the exponent right afterwards. All right, we're going to go to the next slide. All right, so now that we have these, I want you to try these problems out, okay? We kind of showed you here a step-by-step in color and getting the answer. All right, so the first one, we see the 4 plus 2 to the power of 2, take away 12 divided by 4. If you follow the PEMDAS way, you know that you have to do what's inside the parentheses. What's 4 plus 2? That's 6. So now you see here in the mustard area that we have 6 to the power of 2, take away 12 divided by 4, right? So now we didn't go, okay, what in asking PEMDAS order we must follow is to do exponents first. So the exponents is 6 to the power of 2. So when you do 6 to the power of 2, that's going to give you 36. So now you see over here in the the red area is we have the 6 to the power 2 is 36 because 6 to the power 2 is 6 times 6, which equals 36. So now we have 36 take away 12 divided by 4. All right, so then we look at that and we go, all right, following PEMDAS, what is the next thing level we have to do? We have to do division and multiplication, whatever comes first. So in our problem, we didn't notice that we have a division problem, in our division symbol in our problem, and we don't have no multiplication symbol, so we don't even have to worry about that. So now what we have to do is divide before we do any takeaway. So then we go, all right, 12 divided by 4 equals 3. So now in the green section, you're going to rewrite your problem, and you have 36 divided by, or 36 take away 3. Sorry about that. So 36 take away 3 equals 33. So if you follow the PEMDAS way, you're going to see here that you're breaking everything into a certain sequence, in a certain order. Okay? Just look at problems 2, 3, and 4 and see how we are breaking those problems down. All right? All right, so now we're going to do some tips and to remember. All right? Instead of remembering the whole, the words parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction, that could take a lot. Those words are important. We have to learn them. But right now, just to remember the PEMDAS way, how to which comes first in order. The one thing I used since I was in middle school is this phrase right here. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So if you notice here on the please, it's P. So that connects with parentheses. Excuse, which is E, that connects with the exponent. The word my connects with the M, which is multiplication. D for dear it connects to division. Aunt, which is the A, connects to addition, and then S connects to subtraction. So that's another way to remember the PEMDAS orders, by remembering this phrase. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. All right. So that's about it in our video. For this video today, don't get intimidated. I don't expect you guys to catch it the first time, and if you do, great. If you do, that's okay. All right. Just remember that it takes time and it takes practice to get these things down. For me, some things I caught on quick, and some things I didn't. And it was tough at times, and it was easy at times. But just don't get discouraged. It did take me, for this particular thing, it took me quite a little bit to catch on to it. But once I caught on to it and I understood how the levels worked, it was a breeze to get done with my work. All right. So I hope everyone's doing good. Stay safe. Keep on working out there. If you have any questions, you already know, don't hesitate. You reach out to us, and we'll get you through it. All right. Hope to see you soon, kiddos.